nails. I always get a hair as soon as I start filming. I wanted to pop on and do two things. Number one, prove to you that I can film a video under 10 minutes. And number two, check in with you and look at a comparison, a half-face comparison of two powders that I use in the afternoon to prolong the life of my foundation after about 10 hours of wear. In other words, if I came home on a Friday after work and we wanted to pop out on the town and grab a bite to eat, this is the state of my foundation. I would not necessarily strip everything away and start from scratch. I would likely just apply one of my finishing powders in order to mattify some of the shine that you're seeing. I also feel that I perhaps have been premature criticizing my Chanel Le Volume mascara. I'm going to get real close to you, I'm warning you, in order to solicit some of your opinions. I've got a little bit under my eye, but I'm starting to think that perhaps it's my Marc Jacobs eyeliner that just sort of slides down my lower lid. So, what do you think? I feel that when I've had mascara transfer and mascara fallout, it's much more black and crusty under my eyes, whereas this just seems to be a dark smear evenly across both lower lids, coincidentally or not, right below where I actually apply that pencil liner. So I'm thinking perhaps I owe Chanel an apology. I don't know. But what I will do over the next few days is test other eyeliners and see if I still, on the lower lid, have that dark stain. There are two powders in my collection that I typically use as finishing powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder in the shade 1 Fair. And my second go-to option is the Chanel Universal powder in the shade 20. And I will insert a separate shot of both powders under slightly better lighting. The light is fading. It is around 5:30 in the afternoon, and I feel that under the ring light, what I've noticed is it's hard to read the color. It just sort of reads as a washed out bright thing. On the left side of my face, I will be applying the Chanel powder. I have just tapped into the powder and I'm just going to press it in and buff. This is my powder brush. Generally I use my Sonia G Face 1, but that is sitting on my vanity and I feel that truly this just wants to be a quick one and done. All right, as you can see, it's very effective at mattifying whatever shine had broken through. Now, we are in a winter pattern. We are in the Sandhills in North Carolina, so we're about an hour south of Raleigh, which means that we don't have much of a winter, but we do see a full 4 seasons. The highs today were somewhere in the mid-60s. Tomorrow they'll be in the mid-50s. Colds overnight hover right over freezing. It is a rare thing for us to get any kind of decent snow accumulation. And that just gives you an idea of what I say that to give you some background on what my skin type is in the winter. It tends to be dry combination, slightly oily in the T-zone in the winter, and more that pendulum swings back towards normal combination oily in my T-zone over the summer when we do get those southern high humidity summers. But what I observe in my mirror is that the Charlotte Tilbury powder has more of a warm yellow tone, and the Chanel powder, although it looks more peachy in the container as a raw powder, as you can see from my swatches, tends to read more colorless on my complexion. Now, it also tends to maintain the integrity of the whatever brightening concealer I'm using. Today it just happens to be the Clé de Peau. I'm moving through a few concealers, testing them out. And the Charlotte Tilbury just seems more opaque. The Chanel seems more translucent, and I prefer a translucent finish. Now, I will apply some lip product just to show you if I were going out for a casual dinner. I do have a favorite matte lipstick. I'm not typically a big fan of matte liquid lipsticks, but I do have one significant exception. This is the Chanel Rouge Allure ink, and it is in the color 140 Amaretto. It has a jojoba oil base, which makes it very comfortable to wear. Kind of a smushed doe foot applicator with a slight hourglass divot in the middle. Very comfortable to apply. I feel with this applicator you can get in and, as I just did, slightly overline your lips without needing a liner. Now, I have paired it with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, and it's a wonderful match. It is so comfortable to wear. What I find most interesting about this product is that it does truly set down. Takes about, on my skin, it takes about 5 minutes for it to dry back and become transfer resistant. After about 15 minutes, I can have a beverage, I can have a meal, and I do not have much wear, if any at all. I really appreciate a lipstick that does not transfer to my teeth or to my retainers if I'm wearing my retainers, and this is a lovely product. Thank you so much for joining me. I believe I made it in well under 10 minutes, and I will edit out any gabbiness. I'm just going to turn to each side so you can judge for yourself the qualities of these finishing powders. Again, on the left side is the Chanel Universal Powder, and on my right side is the Charlotte Tilbury in Fair. Thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you again at the next video. Ciao.